Good evening to everyone, and welcome back to Twin Pines for the fourth and final episode. Let us say hello, and then we will describe our characters. Let's start off with Morningstar.
Well, I'm getting character. Well, howdy there, folks. My name is Morningstar, but today I am Levi Lightning Blackhorn, a Asterian storm mage who's, well, might be specializing in lightning, but his temper is fire.
Awesome. Megan.
Hi, I play Harriet, a Sasquatch empath to kind of counteract Levi's impulsiveness. They're a little more touchy feely, and that feely is mostly fuzzy.
Azaelin.
I'm Bazalin, and I am playing Lana Belladonna. She is a Gorgon Green Witch who doesn't let that stop her, though, all those snakes on her head. She's just here to have a good time and be friendly as much as possible.
And Anya.
I'm Anya. I'm playing Rianne Atkins. She is a mandrake animist. Let's see. She is a small town girl coming back to visit from the big city to set everybody straight.
Awesome. And a reminder that we now have closed captioning on our cast. Though not myself, I still haven't been able to get that figured out and fixed up. So you can turn on closed captioning on Twitch to get closed captioning on everyone else's words. Be advised, though, there's a lot of game terms that we're throwing around, and they do not translate very well yet. I haven't had a chance to set up all the proper closed captioning. So Asterian is gonna sound real weird on the closed captioning.
For those who don't know, it means I am a literal cowboy, horns and all.
Yep. The standard mythological creature that refers to is a minotaur. So, and there we will be playing Children of Midnight Coven again tonight, and with our Twin Pines crew. And you can get that game at quickstart.childrenofmidnight.com if you want to play along. It's a 28-page quick start guide that tells you everything you need to know to get started playing. You just need a couple six-sided dice. And if you're also following along, you can follow along from our Discord, which I'll see if I can get a link in there by the middle of the episode or anytime we take a break. But let's get started. So the Coven has returned home to their makeshift Covenstead, the barn owned by Rion's family, that's nicely hidden and out in the middle of nowhere. And they have come home with a bounty of red stones that they secreted away from the mine when they escaped the other night. So they've had some time to sleep on that and to formulate what they're going to do next. Just to recap what they found at the mines, they found that the Obsidian Council had troop transports that had brought in a couple of dozen very well-armed mundane troops to seemingly guard the mines, as well as the quarry above. You also saw some hazmat-suited individuals, including one that you identified as a member of the Order, and several others that appear to be members of the Destiny Research Group. And after a daring escape and the rescue of Lana Belladonna, who had fallen by the wayside, you all made it back out more or less safely, although Lana Belladonna has a permanent wound that she is recovering from, or will never recover from.
We learn why witches don't mess with electronics.
Yep, battery acid to the face and hands. All right, so you've had a few hours to rest and recover, and what would you like to do next? Those red stones are the color of blood, and they shine in the light with a pretty extreme glow. They almost feel radioactive, although you're not feeling anything that really makes you think they truly are, but they have that look that's almost neon, but they're not shedding any light themselves.
See if we can find some. Have an inkling what these things are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you knew an arcanist that you could give a call to, well, not a call, but that you could get a hold of, an arcanist could probably make short work of telling you what they are, but the four of you could try to bring your grimoire senses to bear on them and see if that sheds any light on what exactly they are or why DRG wants them so badly.
Yeah, I could check and see if there's any spirits associated with them.
Yeah, that sounds good. What would you like to do for a gather information roll on that?
Probably focus, hold the stones in my hand and focus on them and reaching out to any spirit that might be attached.
Okay. Just a little FYI,
Mm-hmm.
these things have a very intense draw to them, and you feel like something bad might happen. It's just a little bit more risky than usual. You can just sort of feel that there's something about them that just doesn't feel right, and it just gives you get the hairs on the back of your neck standing up when you sort of hold it in your hand and really start to concentrate on it. So
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know before you make the roll.
I'll go ahead and spend some willpower to get an extra die just so I'm extra good at what we're doing.
Could
Okay.
pass one off to Harriet to see all of her hair stand on end. That'd be a sight.
Oh, that's worth it on its own.
This is a gather information.
Yeah, so exclamation point, the number of dice, and then G. So we're rolling dice in our Discord, and
That's
all
not bad.
right. Okay, so you don't notice that there are any spirits attached to it. However, you had, if I remember right, way back in session 1, you had sort of mentally and magically fingerprinted something that gave you a certain vibe. It wasn't spiritual in nature, but it definitely had this same sort of lack of spirit vibe to it, and that was
Okay.
the apparition that was in the form of your sister in the
Yeah.
field. When you
Okay.
went to look for if there was a spirit attached, you found this surprising void, and you're feeling that same void in these stones.
Okay.
Any other questions you want to ask, and I'll see if there's a sort of spiritual way to answer them. Spiritualism way to answer them.
Hmm. I can't think of any like spiritual questions I could ask. Um,
How about this? I'll give you what is effectively like a 2-point charm to resist any effects or consequences that come from this, because you are going to be so instinctively standoffish to them, the way they don't have like a spirit connection.
mhm.
So you can sort of call that in to reduce consequences related to the redstones at any point later during this session,
Okay.
if that would work for the other two, since you rolled so well.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Does anyone have any wounds from last?
Any what?
Any wounds any injuries from last time. We're in
Harm.
a safe situation, and I can deal with that.
I feel like Anya, Rianne might have had one level
Yeah,
of
I'm-
harm.
I am scraped. Literally.
In character and in
Yeah.
your...
I can bop one thing in essence and get rid of your harm if you want with my empathetic healing.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you had if I remember right, you had a pretty bad migraine at the end of last session from that. That has passed. But yeah.
That explains the head pangs you've had all week, darling.
Aw. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's all your fault, Kevin.
Yeah, so one essence, I don't believe there's a roll associated with that, but yeah, you can feel the scraping pain from that wound. I think that was from when Levi used some energy to push you all through that tunnel at a rapid speed, and
Yep.
Rion scraped against one of the stone walls. But yeah,
Better go fast and go safe.
yep. Hey, and it was well worth it. You all got there just in the nick of time.
So were you quick question, were you gonna let us take a new thing from last week's session that as experience wise?
Yeah, everybody should have gained at least one dot in an action or one new general or grimoire power.
So I'm gonna cheat really quick and I'm gonna take detect magic.
Oh, fantastic.
And do it, I guess, another gather information roll.
Sounds good. I think that's, yeah. I think that is one essence? Or is it just a freebie?
It doesn't say anything about essence.
It's
It
a
just
freebie
says
then.
concentrate. Is that what
Awesome.
concentrate?
No.
Okay.
Concentrate means you don't normally need to make a roll unless you're in a special situation, and I'm going to consider this a special situation. Just because
Okay.
these are a powerful enough item.
I'm
So
gonna do my focus. Oops, let me get into the right channel. I'm gonna do my focus without the extra dice this time.
okay.
See how we do. Not great.
Okay. So I think so you, if you'd like, you can use your
Yeah,
revoke
let's do that.
Okay. You sort of well, go ahead and describe how you sort of how you focus and try to gather information from them about their magic.
Okay, so as a mandrake, what I'm gonna do is turn my hand up and grow some like roots in my hand, and I'm gonna hold the crystals in the roots and try to draw, like roots draw water and nutrients from the soil to understand what these are.
Okay. And it is at that point that you feel the magic getting sucked out of those roots that are growing up and touching the red stone. And because you've brought them outside of your body, you have more than enough time to sort of shed them and drop the stone. So you
Okay.
don't take any of the negative consequences that you might have otherwise.
So they're like sucking magic rather than. Okay.
Yep.
Neat.
For type of
Oh, we only heard like one word of that.
for the best, it was dirty.
That's what we want to hear the most. Okay.
lusty cows in the chat want to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm not being rude.
Lusty cows near me.
Okay. Any other general or general abilities, grimoire abilities, or grimoire senses that you want to use on this, or anything related? I think you've learned a little bit of good information there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything I want to do with them. I don't think I have any of magical stuff I can do that would be relevant.
Mm-hmm. Levi, you have an elemental sense that lets you tell what the elemental makeup of something is.
I reckon that's a good idea. Look into it. See the building blocks of this orb thing.
Sounds good. I'm assuming that Rianne tells you that it might be dangerous, but
Yeah.
But I don't give a damn about danger.
all right. What do you want to use for that?
I assume focus would be the most sensible thing. I'm not certain what else would really apply.
Yeah, that makes sense, I think. And any Fey bargain or willpower?
I think Levi's just gonna rely on his instincts for this,
Gotcha.
which is probably a bad idea, but Levi is the king of bad ideas. Not to gather information, really, yes?
Yeah, so you get to choose focus in your case, what that you wanted to use. So the letter G.
That's a 4.
Okay, so that's going to be a little bit of information and a little bit of consequence. I'm
Consequences when you're going around doing things impulsively.
Mm-hmm.
How awful.
Okay, as far as the consequence, it is going to strip you of one essence. When you are turning it over in your hands and really giving your mind over to it to focus on its makeup. It has a lot in common with you. It's also an impulsive combination of elements, very much like you are. It's very earth and electricity based. So you have a feeling that you might be one of the only people that could pull some power out of this thing, but it's got a pretty strong pull on you too.
Well, evidently, I have to perfect my sucking magic so I can use it.
Indeed. So anyone that you want to also gather information from before you start an undertaking for the day? Maybe look through your contacts, your Coven contacts, and your personal contacts.
Well, I doubt my Meemaw knows much about this.
Thank you. Sorry about
But she
that.
can make some pie for us. Anyone hungry?
Proper southern cornbread.
Ooh,
Cool.
yum.
I think Lana and Rianne both have family members that live in the area too. So don't
Yeah.
forget you can call on them as well. It doesn't have to be somebody that's written
For
down.
cornbread.
Call on them for
For cornbread.
I mean,
Should we see if the sisters come back?
the sisters?
The dead relatives.
Oh, right. Yes, Rianne and Lana both have dead relatives that have been visiting your families. You want to make a secret trip back to your families?
Oh, it shouldn't be too far.
You aren't too far from either of your homesteads.
Yeah.
Okay. And what time of day or night do you want to go?
What time did the dead relatives were showing up at like sunset, right?
Yep, and leaving at dawn.
So I'd probably show up around sunset just to see if they'd come back again.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is everybody going?
Yes.
Will there be cornbread?
I'm sure my grandma can make some cornbread.
We'll call ahead and make sure there's cornbread.
All right. So when you arrive, your Rianne's sister and Lana, was that your sister as well?
It was my grandpa.
Your grandpa, that's right. So your grandpa and Rianne's sister are both emerging from different places in the woods nearby and walking toward their respective homes. And as usual, they are greeted by your other family members halfway between the forest's edge and the homestead itself, generally the front door.
What did we do with the red stones after we were done inspecting them? Do we have them with us?
That's up to you guys. There are 4 of them, so
If Levi would have carried them.
Yeah, I definitely want to see if these ghostly apparitions have any reactions to the stones at all.
sure. How about Harriet? Is Harriet carrying one as well?
Levi, can you be carrying mine? I don't think Harriet has pockets.
The hardships of walking around naked. Well, dear lady, I would be most pleased to carry your stuff.
Proper Southern gentleman, thank you.
Now you've got two stones. Where you
Call them
carrying
the
those?
family jewels.
All right. So, Rian and Lana, are you both approaching your deceased loved ones?
Yeah, if I could stop them before they get to, the family, because I don't want to like upset anybody if like it has a negative reaction.
Sure. And
Avoid
Yeah.
trauma if possible.
Yeah, like I'm gonna melt their face off with this rock in front of my mom, who's
Yeah.
not Let's avoid that.
Okay. So how do you want to approach your sister with the stone?
I'm just gonna be like, look at this cool rock I found.
Okay.
That's love.
She comes right up to it and she reaches, over to you to sort of, touch you on the shoulder as she has, done in the past. And your grandfather does something similar, holds your hand in a certain way. They both slip through you when they first attempt it. And then after putting a little bit of, will into it and concentrating, they're able to make their bodies slightly corporeal and touch you properly. It is at that point that you sort of extend the stones out to them, and when the stone contacts them, they become fully corporeal in a way that you have not seen in the past. And as soon as the stone touches them, you can feel you can feel all of them, it impacting sort of all of their mass when it touches them. And they both just, reach out and cradle the stone, and they're flabbergasted by it.
Okay.
But yeah, they're able to hold it and everything, and then they're fully able to talk, and their voices sound less strange. They sounded a little echoey before, like they were, sort of speaking to you through a tunnel, and now that's gone. You feel for the first time like your family member is standing right in front of you, fully alive. And yeah, you can see they're breathing again, and their hearts are racing, and
Well, do they remember more?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a 1 die fortune roll. Azalin, can you roll that? Exclamation point 1F.
Oh, I got a bad result. 2.
So, yeah, nothing seems to come back to them as far as they're really excited about what's happening, but no, nothing has come back to them, at least not immediately. Maybe it will over time, but they're just very, very excited to feel alive
Be
again.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be excited as well.
What happens if we take the stone away?
Yeah, do you you
Yeah,
want to
I
do
go
that? Okay.
Yeah, I go ahead and ask my grandpa for his stone. Be like, let me see that real quick. I needed to check something else on that before you can keep it.
Just give it a bit of a spit shine first.
Yeah.
It's not looking very good.
He kind of holds it close to his chest for a moment, and then he just is like, if you must, and reaches out and passes it off to you.
I have like I guess the whatever closest plant just come up and grab it instead of me grabbing it to hold it
Okay.
up because I don't want to touch anything. Not too much really. But yeah, it's I guess a random vine comes up and holds it for me. That way I can see what happens if he lets go.
Yeah, sounds good. So he lets go. You see him start to become a little less physical. You can start to see the forest through his body again. And then he sort of twists up and starts to make a horrible squealing noise. And then kind of collapses to his knees, and bits of him start coming off and running backward into the forest. So, like, his leg at the knee comes off and starts hopping backward.
Can I quickly shove the jewel back on him?
It goes right through him and into the top of his head, because he's incorporeal. And when you go to take it back out, let's make a 1-die fortune roll.
We'll see how well I roll this one.
Hope this isn't as bad as the last one. This
Same.
one is as bad as the last one. So you stick your hand and the rock toward him, and when you do, you sort of forget that he's not corporeal, and like I said, your hand goes directly into his head. When you go to pull your hand back, the rock stays in his head, but you feel like ectoplasm glide off of your fingers as his head sort of congeals back into its real form, except now it's all distorted and sort of his forehead is all blown up, and he starts to drool blood from his mouth, and he just collapses to the side. And more of his body parts go rushing away from him and into the woods.
Well, it's like Picasso, but I don't like it. Well, I didn't mean to make it worse. It's like, I'm sorry, Grandpa.
Yeah, I'm saying, chat, you killed him again.
No, I'm just sitting there in shock now and horror, just like, I have a vine crawl up to cover my eyes. I can't see you go this way, Grandpa.
You watch as he dies again in front of you, and when he finishes sort of his death throes, his jaw cracks open, and he starts to come back to life, but he looks like he's fully one of those abomination things that you saw before.
Well, I reckon this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen. Should I stomp on Grandpa's head now?
I guess just end it.
Before we do
I don't
that,
think I can.
Can I attempt a deep reading on him?
Ooh, yeah.
That sounds like a fun. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit less messy than the stomp.
Yeah, you can always curb stomp Grandpa after, but
The Curb Stomping Grandpas. Our new band name. But yeah.
Came here to do two things. Eat cornbread and curb stomp Grandpa. And unfortunately, we are all out of cornbread.
Exactly.
that is going to be a focus roll plus an essence to gather information on an individual with a passing touch. So I want this to go well. So I'm going to pop 2 willpower to give myself an extra die because I think this could be very interesting.
Yeah.
And
this is going to require you to touch him.
Chat this time. General chat. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to.
With a G. Okay. Definitely not the worst result. Okay. I think when you reach out to him, you have to avoid his like gnashing teeth, as he is using whatever muscle is left in his torso to try to propel himself toward you, as you're trying to touch him. As you watch more of his body parts go running off into the forest. But you are able to get a little bit of information. So what does that look like? And what do you want to know?
Guess I want to know if he is aware of who he is right now. Like if there's some kind of hive mind once these creatures happen, or if he's still aware of like his identity.
No, you're
Very testing it.
You're getting what feels like either mere minutes or centuries of anger and terror, all at once. Just you get slammed with revenge and just destruction. It's a pretty intensely horrible feeling, but it does seem to be entirely coming from inside of what's left of Grandpa.
The existential horror is coming from inside the grandpa.
Grandpa.
Well, shall I put a bullet in Grandpappy before his suffering continues?
I don't know if we can gather anything else from him, so I think it's better than what he's going through right now.
I would say, Harriet, you can
Should I get
sense
some kind of trauma or something with all this influx?
No, you did I give you your consequence?
No.
In that case, let's have it pull one
Grandpa
essence. Pull one essence out of you, and it and we're gonna go to risky.
Okay.
And you feel like there's more in there. That if you were to be in a safer situation where you weren't being attacked, you do feel like there are some layers in there, and you did only sort of scratch the surface.
We do have another undead person who's not quite as angry.
Mm-hmm.
Did my sister see this happen?
Yeah, and she's scared, but she's not she's reacting exactly the way you would have expected her to.
So
she
definitely
doesn't want to let go of the stone now.
Yeah, she eats it. She swallows it.
You're gonna force her to, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at her and be like, "You swallow that bitch right now."
Yeah, let's do a 1 die fortune roll on that. It is
just choke in the process.
It's about the size of a golf ball.
She could do it. No, she can't.
Okay.
Dang.
She forces it down, and to your dismay, she does begin choking on it.
How do you keep
But she's still pretty physical, right?
She is completely solid and alive, as far as you know.
She's got like a lump in her throat, I would assume, right? Yeah. She's dead. Like, this thing is not alive, but it's weirdly alive. I'm gonna grab her by the throat and start pushing the bump down.
Downward. Okay.
Was it toothpaste out of a tube?
I think this is going to test your resolve.
Sure.
That
makes sense.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, it's gotta get in there.
Yeah, I say make a resolve resist, and then we'll deal with how well you're able to physically do it.
Let's see how many resolves I have.
It's like feeding a dog pills. You have to like blow down her nose.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be a small resist.
Exclamation point number and then R.
Yeah. I'll spend a
Okay.
willpower.
Yep, you resist the effect and spend 1 willpower, so you're able to force her to do it, and now we'll need to actually do it. I don't think I'm going to call for a roll now that you've resisted, though. So, yeah, do you want to describe what you do?
Yeah, I don't. I panic at the idea of her turning into one of those things, and I figure that her eating it is the best way for her to keep it on her, and that way nobody could take it. So when it won't fit, you still know that they're dead. So I see the lump and I jawbreaker that thing down her throat.
Okay. Do you remember what kind of witch she was? Was she a green witch?
We were both mandrakes.
Yeah.
But no.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't think we ever said.
Okay.
So you can pick.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Shifter then.
Okay.
And sort of her programming kicks back in as she starts to choke, and she turns her head and neck into a tiger for a moment, and it slides down into her stomach, and then she shakes her head and it turns back, and you're like, what the hell? She just cast a spell.
Heck yeah. Okay. Okay.
And now that it's
I'm going
down,
to.
she seems completely fine, aside from, quite shaken up.
Yeah, I'm going to point her in the direction of Harriet, and I'm going to go, you go let Harriet do whatever they need to do to understand what the heck is going on.
Okay. Let's make a 2-die fortune roll, or unless you want to command her or something, I think it's going to require. She's really worried about you guys doing something to her that causes her to die, and she knows you don't want her to end up in the same fate as Lana's grandfather,
Yeah.
but
I am your sister. I know better. Now go hug the squatch.
Gonna make you feel better, I promise. um, let's see. I probably wouldn't do like a command. I would probably do more of like, I don't know. Let me see what I got.
it could
I
be
have.
the sisterly route and do a consort.
That's what I was thinking. That I would do a consort and try to comfort them and let them know that I just went through a lot of effort to get that stone, and I want them to stay alive, and yeah, this is only going to help them
Okay.
understand what's happening so we can. I'm going to tell them so that we can make it permanent.
Yeah. Okay.
Being an empath, am I able to kind of like help at all with that decision?
Yeah, I think so, absolutely. If you want to spend 1 willpower, you could give Rian an extra die.
Yeah, I'll do that.
By sort of using your empath abilities to, like, heighten her trusting nature. Okay. This is going to be risky on Anya.
I'm also going to spend 2 willpower to get I guess, an increased effect.
Yeah, you can get 1 die from her and increased effect from.
Okay.
It's intense.
Is this just a regular roll? Just a
An
confirm.
action roll, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ugh.
Oh no, only 2 dice? You had
Yeah,
0
I
to
have.
start with
I have
or 1.
one consort.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, we're at risky. I think we're gonna go to desperate. That's gonna be one of the consequences. Because you hear a helicopter crest the forest.
God damn it! Them bears are in the air again.
Coming in low. And it comes over the forest and starts hovering menacingly nearby. So that's part of why we're going to desperate. But also I think she she just sort of collapses and she's not being helpful. So she's sort of like going into like freeze PTSD mode. She just sort of collapses onto the ground, and yeah, she's not being helpful to you to get some information out of her.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah.
I gave her a little jolt. What do we all think could happen?
Levi's gonna finger guns out. Clear.
When I hear the helicopter, I'm gonna go ahead and take like all the grass around us
Uh-huh.
and make it form up like a mound over us.
Okay.
So we just look like a grassy hill, basically. And I'll use plant growth. That way we can do it quick, because I mean the helicopter's right there.
Yeah.
Which takes 1 essence plus a focus roll.
Yeah.
That means if we shoot him down, we'll be the shooter on the grassy knoll.
I think that's going to cost a little extra essence since you're doing it for so many people. But let's just say 2 essence, and then yeah, we'll do that focus roll.
Okay. Which I have a 2, yay. Well, if I can actually type only a 2, that would be great.
All right.
Complete success with a 6.
Awesome. Well, that's exactly what you need in a desperate situation like this. So yeah, I think that does exactly what you wanted. The grass grows up over all of you, shrouding you. It definitely looks pretty good from above. Like makes it really hard for them to see, where you're at. And yeah, no negative consequences from holding that stone while you did it either, which is awesome.
Oh, did I grab that back from? Oh no.
I assumed you. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Did you leave it with Grandpa? Yeah, I think you did
feel
because
like
it was stuck in his head.
I think in all the chaos, yeah, it's just still stuck there.
Okay, in that case, as you're walking away from him, he starts like gibbering and like inchworming his way into the woods with the stone.
Oh.
Grandpappy's rambling nonsense again.
I'm wondering if I can do another well, I guess just a regular plant control and see if I can hold him down with some vines. And for that, I guess I would just consort with the closest vines, or I would focus. Yeah, maybe another focus roll so I can focus on something specific around him to like hold him down.
Okay. I think this is still going to be desperate because you'll need to do this before he gets away. So before you get into the big grassy hut you made.
So I think I might pop a couple willpower for an extra die then on that.
He's going to the forest. You could get him with like tree roots, maybe.
Yeah, I think tree roots make sense, and then I figure maybe it's like if the bark kind of, when it actually goes around him, kind of like makes a box. Head in a box. There we go. Let's do
that big chunk of him that's left is definitely a lot more than his head, so you don't have to worry about making it too small. But yeah.
Okay. Let's do 3 diamonds. Oh, a failure. Oh well.
Gosh.
Okay. So I think the all the roots on one side of a tree uproot themselves, and they're ready to shoot down and make a cage over him. He like zigzags and bypasses some of the roots, and then as it's waiting for its moment to for you to call it to strike down, the mass of the rest of the tree is too much, and the tree falls backwards down into the woods. And when it collapses, the helicopter completely turns and faces you, and you see some guns come out of the side of it, pointing out of the windows.
Yes, there was someone there to hear it when the tree fell in the forest. Shall I just start blasting then?
Am I the only one that's outside of the...
Right now you are the only one that's outside of the little berm that you made.
I'm going to spend 2 essence to thicken all the bark I already have on me.
Okay.
So I have armor. Like, I mean, it's thick. Well, I kind of look like a big old log at this point.
Do you want to
But
go ahead and go like complete log mode and see if
yeah,
Log mode.
log mode. Basically, I just look like a almost human shaped log. It's so thick on that maybe I pop a little flower out for posterity.
yeah, do you want to go toward the woods and sort of log toward the woods?
Yeah, I do like a big jump and flop towards the woods, so I get kind of close to it. And I think for my arboreal graph, it just says I use essence.
Yeah, I think if you want to hide with it, let's do a prowl roll along with it or something. You can choose, but
yeah, I think either finesse or prowl, because that seems like a little bit of a finesse.
I could see finesse. Yeah, you're making yourself look like some of the fauna that or flora that's already there. Yeah, I could see that being a finesse. Yeah, sure.
That's good because I have a little bit extra. Oh no, it's a failure too. I cannot roll anymore.
Okay.
What did you do to piss off Dicebot?
Yeah, so you do successfully dive into the woods. A couple of rounds are fired off in your direction but miss you. The problem is that you have dived on top of some of Grandpa's parts, and they are now gnashing their teeth at you from below. So you are gonna take level 2 harm, neck bite.
Grandpa!
Actually, I'm gonna automatically reduce that to level 1 because of the bark skin.
There.
But
Grandpa!
Now it's about the time for violence instead of subtlety.
Yeah.
for a
Just
desperate,
imagine this on your sheet. Level 1 harm, Grandpa nibbles.
yeah,
Grandpa nibbies. No.
for desperate, only taking level 1 harm's not too bad.
Yeah.
You're pretty well protected.
This is a lot of bark. Splinters in his mouth now.
Your bark is worse than his bite.
That's too good.
Lana's stomach thick right now. She's safe.
Yeah, after he bites me, I just kind of turn his face aside. He's just like gnawing at dirt now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let him gnaw into the dirt.
All right, well, I reckon things have gotten messy enough after I've heard those shots fired that it's time for me to take to the air.
Awesome.
So, I would like to utilize my new elemental flight.
Okay. I don't think there's a roll associated with that, is there? It's just spend an essence and fly?
Yeah, I don't think so. It doesn't actually say an essence either, but I will spend
okay.
one.
Maybe it isn't.
It says use 1 essence for each action you take in the air.
Oh, nice. Okay. In that case, what do you want to do while you're in the air?
Well, first I gotta get in the air, so I am going to whistle for my dear Thunder, and he is going to thunder out of the sky, right down to the ground, and I am going to hop on his back and start to ride him off into the sky.
All right, don't clip
And
that out of context.
And I shall attempt to get closer to this chopper so that I may use my elemental control to draw the static electricity out of the air into my pistol and fire a highly energized bullet right at their computer.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. That sounds good. What do you think for the action?
Target, perhaps? Or
yeah,
focus, either or.
Target, finesse, focus. I could see any of them. It just depends on...
Oh, it actually does say target on the...
Well, in that case, let's do that.
And I shall spend 4 essence just to really hit them hard with it.
I don't think it's going to cost you 4 because you're fully in the open sky. There's a lot of electricity out here for you to draw. Also, you do have 2 of those stones on you. So I'm gonna
charged already.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that that enhances it by 1, and then where you're at, that because you're already in the air too, that reduces it by 1. So 2 will get you the full
2
effect.
plus the 1 for actually doing an action in the air.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I would like to spend a bit of willpower to increase the effect.
Okay. Awesome.
And let's see if I can actually hit them.
Yeah. This is attacking their computer systems.
Yeah, well, I figure that's the best place to shoot. I got a 4.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, you do exactly what you expected. That lightning surges through you and into your gun, and you fire, and you're like, I'm not sure if the bullet's incidental or if that's actually going to help at all, but whatever.
It's just for the flavor.
Yeah. And this, massive lightning bolt comes out of or off of you and your flying horse, and strikes the helicopter just slightly off target, but still enough to disrupt some of their systems. So their tail rotor just starts spinning around gyroscopically as they're trying to regain the helicopter's balance, and be able to control it properly. So they're in a tailspin right now. They're not gonna crash immediately, but it is also badly damaged. So they're probably gonna need to land it.
You like that, Smokies?
I like to imagine that no, the lightning's hit the mess with the controls, that the Bonanza theme is just playing on the radio.
Yeah, it kicks on their radio.
So are these mundane people?
Your best guess as far as the Obsidian Council is that yes, they should be.
So I took reveal inner self, which I think could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So for 1 essence, I can shapeshift a mortal into a natural animal representing its inner self. So they're pigs. So
Right.
I'm going to shapeshift them into pigs.
Okay. To get everybody aboard is going to cost at least 3 essence. If the place is fully stocked with people, then it might take 5 essence to get everybody. But there's at least 2 people aboard. 1 person that was firing a weapon, and the pilot. So
I think it might be more fun to do just the pilot and just the gunman,
okay.
because at least that will frighten everybody else
Okay.
that they are pigs now.
All right. 2 essence.
So 2 essences.
Is there a roll associated with that, or is that a...
Yeah, it's just one of those things. There's
Okay.
no roll.
Razi has called reveal inner self the persona beam.
Basically, yeah. Okay, yeah. So what does that look like? What do you do to cast this spell?
She's gonna run out of the grass hut so she can get line of sight basically on the people in the helicopter. Haven't really given her like a casting style yet. But let's say that all the little ferns in her hair curl up real tight, and she points at them and calls them beasts, and then her hair unfurls back into the leaves, and they are pigs.
All right. Yeah, you see the helicopter kind of lull and drop a little bit, and then the tail kind of stops spinning as it's now letting gravity has kind of taken over, and it is heading toward the forest. Kind of back the way it came, but not. But it doesn't look like it's gonna nearly make it there.
Headed to where all pigs should go. Omaha.
Do you want, when you get out of the berm, do you want to head for where Lana is?
Do I know where Lana is?
I assume you saw her go tree and jump into the woods.
Yeah, I'll go look and see if I can figure out which log they are.
Okay. I assume Lana has that telltale plant growing out of the top of them that you recognize as, oh, this means this is a friend.
It's the same flower that I use for Forval.
Aw.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you watch that helicopter sort of, scream through the air downward after everything that you guys have done to it. And it looks like it's going to crash land in probably 10 or 15 seconds, unless something else happens to it in a very positive manner. Anything else you want to
Shoot
do?
it again.
Shoot it again. No, I'm just gonna watch it crash.
If we let it crash, then we have barbecue.
Lana,
Smoky.
you're not sensing your grandpa anywhere nearby anymore. He bit you and then hobbled off or something, because you're not seeing or smelling him or anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I go ahead and at least sit up now that now that I just look like a big old log just lifting up now, and I reduce a little bit of the bark, but not much.
It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, you wait a few more seconds, and you can, or Levi can see kind of over the trees because he's much higher up than everybody else. You can see that
As a cat.
you can see that somebody obviously must have taken over the controls, because it doesn't look like it's going to like crash and burn. It is slowing its descent a little bit as it heads toward the ground. But it's not going to avoid the forest, so it's going to be it's not going to crash at full speed, but it is going to be unflyable once it hits the ground.
One of the pigs take control of the controls.
There's probably somebody else on board that didn't get turned into a pig. Yeah.
It's like Babe.
It's like the helicopter pilot version of Air Bud, but it's a pig. So yeah, Babe.
Well, I reckon Levi is going to charge right for the landing spot, not waiting for a soul.
Okay. On your horse and with your lightning flight powers, that shouldn't be any trouble at all. I won't call for a roll, which means that it doesn't cost you an extra essence either.
Perfect. Thank you, partner. Much obliged.
But you have split the party, so you are putting yourself...
That's much worse.
Yeah, but you are putting yourself in a little bit more danger now.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, in that case, how exactly do you want to approach? Because you do know that they had some guns aboard, and now you're pretty sure there's at least one non-pig.
Rapidly and with no caution whatsoever.
Okay, awesome.
Quiet.
Maybe a drink in hand as well. Just bottle of Jack, moonshine. Just no sense in it whatsoever.
I think you're fast enough that that's a relatively safe way for you to come in. Let's do a two die fortune roll and see how well that goes for you.
It goes so at a 4.
It goes. So
it moseys.
You see that a couple of Obsidian Council people have popped out of the side of the helicopter that didn't crash quite as badly. Like one side is the doors are crushed in, the other side is still more or less okay. So they pop open those doors and they have dismounted one of the pieces of artillery, and are, when you come around or come in from above, they are hoisting that artillery back out on top and pointing it in your direction. So I think that is going to require a resist roll for you to get, for you to avoid being fired on. Unless you want to just take it and do something else to them.
I might as well try resist. What are we thinking of? Prowess?
I think prowess could work. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Righty. Let's see if I get shot up. I got a critical.
Okay. In that case, you regain 1 willpower, and yeah, you can take your action before they're even able to fire off a shot.
Well, then I reckon I'm gonna start firing off shots at them.
Okay. All right.
That's what I do.
You have 2 fully armored, helmeted Obsidian Council members that are, working their way toward trying to kill you. So yeah, however you want to go about that, whatever roll you want to make.
Figure I will fire another bullet at them.
Okay.
This one not with the collected energy that before, but there's probably just a little tiny bit of a zap in there. Still lingering. Might not be able to get all of them, but I could certainly get the one who's manning the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming I hit true, but given my track record,
Yeah.
that ain't a problem.
Did you go target with that?
Yeah, for a gunshot.
Okay. All right. On a desperate shot, I think your first shot hits exactly where you wanted it, and on the person that that has the gun ready, but the second one has a sidearm drawn and is able to fire off a shot at you as well. Now this is up to you. He shoots and it hits your horse. You can choose to take that damage if you'd like. It's going to be 2 levels of harm.
I think that's a solid hit back. You know what? I'm going to go for some fair play there. I'm going to take the hit and tumble out of the sky.
Okay. All right. So yeah, maybe one of it comes from getting shot, and the other comes from hitting the ground. Luckily, that puts you in some cover, so they're going to have a harder time finding you.
So will the rest of the party, though.
So I'm going to say that puts you into risky now from taking that fall.
That's better than desperate.
Yeah. Because they don't know this forest very well, and they don't know exactly where you went down. They don't even know where they went down. All right. So yeah, it's hard for the rest of you to see what just happened, but you do hear some gunshots. You do recognize one of them as Levi's revolver. The others.
The 44, it don't sound like any of the modern guns.
So Lana, when she hears the gunshots, goes ahead and goes to like the edge of the forest and again finds a vine. She loves her vines. She grabs a creeping vine, and I'm going to use commune with plants and tell it to basically find Levi.
Okay.
That way Levi one has a vine out of the place, or we could go to Levi. But I'm going to just use consort for that.
Sure.
Just like, hey, could you find my friend, please?
If I shout yeehaw loud enough, will you have an easier time finding?
Yeah. Well, I think they might find you as well.
True.
Well, that's just a risk we'll have to take.
Right. Yeah, I think consort makes sense. And that's kind of like a. I'm trying to think if that's a gather information roll. I think you guys are basically in controlled right now, so controlled standard effect.
Hey, partial success.
Okay.
It gets most of the way there.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. I think it's a significant enough distance off that without the help of flight or anything else, it's going to take you guys a while to get there. But at least you all have an idea of where each other are at this point.
Okay, and the vine's not too conspicuous. So.
No.
We are in a forest.
I'm going to say it's going to take it's going to take greater effect to get to where Levi is.
Okay. I know I might be able to get there pretty quick with my vine running.
Yeah, that's true.
Am I able to spend extra essence as well, like 3 to get all 3 of us?
Yeah, I think it'd just be 2 since you're only adding 2 more people.
Okay.
If
And then
there's like a magnitude chart at the end of the book that shows how many people and how much extra essence, but yeah, it's
Okay.
for 3 people it's only 2.
Okay. And I think that's just my prowl and spring anyway, which I only have 1 of this. We'll
So
see if it's
a group. What do you want to do? Prowl or spring?
prowl.
Okay. Group prowl.
Yeah.
If Harriet and Rian are down for it, she'll be using
Yeah.
vine running to get you all there quickly.
Once again, imagining Harriet doing the stereotypical Bigfoot walk.
Don't know if I can walk any other way.
I'm gonna spend 2 willpower for another dice as well.
Okay.
I'm leading.
Yeah.
Ooh, yay.
Yay!
Hang on, I'm missing all the dice rolls. Okay. Rian got a 6.
Yep.
Azelwyn got a 6. And Harriet got a 5. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that only costs you 1 willpower plus the 2 you spent to get the extra dice.
Yay!
Awesome. So yeah, that goes off absolutely without a hitch. And I think with vine running, you make it there. So you are all back together again, and you are safely hidden. You can hear this well-armored guy with a handgun roaming around somewhere nearby looking for all of you.
And you can hear a jackass with a magnum.
And all the pigs squealing.
And you hear another rustling coming off from another side. Something smaller, might be an animal.
Or parts of Grandpa.
No. I'm gonna spend 1 essence just to ward myself.
Ward versus Grandpa's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more neck bites, Grandpa.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, you take a few seconds and just meditate and yeah. Awesome. Anybody else?
So do we see this guy with the gun?
You can hear him moving around, but you can't see him. The forest is a little bit too thick here. But you do have a pretty good idea of where the helicopter went down, because Levi saw it from above. So you know within about 5 degrees or so where he's
In
at.
fairness, Levi did not say a thing before he ran off like an idiot.
Oh, well, they're all with you now.
I'm gonna climb a tree and start making sounds that are, spooky sounds to
Okay.
draw this guy out to see if I can get eyes on him so I can make him into a pig.
Okay. As far as climbing a tree, I'm gonna say that since you were just under the effect of vine running, that before that wore off, you were able to go straight up a tree,
Okay.
and find a nice lookout spot. All right. Okay. In that case, yeah. How do you want to spot him? Target, or do you have another idea?
Yeah, I guess. Let me see. Scroll my sheet over so I can see.
Mm-hmm.
What about survey?
Yeah, I think that
I'm
could
gonna
work.
survey the area until I see him.
Absolutely.
Can I do a general power support to help Rion of doing a lesser illusion, like I make some kind of noise, throw that?
Yeah, so you're kind of like guiding the target in a certain direction,
Yeah, like trying to like put some kind of sound in there so he's avoiding that noise.
Yeah, that sounds perfect to me. That's
Okay.
1 willpower, and that'll give Rianne an extra die.
Okay. I need to do an essence for that general power. Would I pop that as well?
Okay, yep.
Okay. So that's 2 die? Or an extra one?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna spend... Can I get a fade bargain for an extra die?
Yeah. Yeah. How about this? Climbing this tree and then the spell wears off. You're up a tree and you are not as adept at climbing down it as you were climbing up it because the spell wore off. So you're kind of in a precarious situation. Your hands are covered in pine sap, and yeah,
Okay.
it's just all over. Overall, kind of a bad time. But
Okay.
you're not in any consequences just right off the bat.
Okay.
Can I use my plant control my grimoire ability to just like tell the tree to just bend over, basically?
Yeah,
Hold
to help her
still.
down.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
eyes get nicely to bend over. I'm sure it'll do it.
Yeah, afterward. All right.
Complete success.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, in that case, yeah, you have your eyes absolutely on him, and you are available to cast that spell if that's what you
All
want to
right,
do.
I'm gonna spend that essence,
Okay.
and he's gonna turn into a squealing little pig,
Okay.
drop that gun, and yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yep, he does. He does, and he does. His armor is still on him, so he's like dragging around a chest plate. And his like back legs are stuck in it, and he's having a really hard time getting away. So he's just squealing and making all kinds of noise. And you're like, okay. You guys are Rian from up there. You can see down to the helicopter, and it doesn't look like there's any other activity over there. So that it looks like you might have got all of them.
Okay.
Right.
You want to go check out the helicopter? Does anybody know how to fly a helicopter?
Oh, it's too damaged to fly for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It landed all on its right side and shredded the big rotor blades.
Okay.
You are not terribly far from the North Mountain, which is where the quarry and everything is. So they definitely saw it go down,
Oh.
but they haven't
Look,
since.
Rion's sister just passed out in the grass.
Yeah, we forgot about her. She was only just recovering from a horrible choking incident.
she's
We should
in that
could
grassy
we
berm,
yeah,
hiding out.
she should be safe. Could we run back and see if we can get any information off of her and the stone combined?
Sure. Yeah, is everybody going back there?
Yeah, I don't want us to be split again, so I'm gonna go.
I reckon moving's gonna be a bit of a pain, given that I have fallen out of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be left alone out here, so I'll follow along.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, as you four are heading back, you see another helicopter lift off from the quarry. Yeah, you hear it way off in the distance. It looks like it's leaving a wide berth around the area and trying to get up real high so that it can get eyes on what happened with the other copter.
If we can get back to that berm, we should be good.
Yep. I don't think you'll need to roll anything. So yeah, you all make it back to the grassy outcropping that you created. And she's still down there, all frozen in fear of what she might become, were she to get separated from this stone. And that's where you find her. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes at right around 8:30. Be right back.
Perfect.
See you then, darn.
welcome back to Twin Pines. I almost said Night Sky Sanctum. One more
That's
week.
next week.
Yeah. Welcome back to Twin Pines, final episode. Where we left off, the Coven was headed back to see Rianne's sister and make sure everything was okay with her, see if they can get some more information out of her, as they had just taken down one of the Obsidian helicopters and saw another one lift off from the quarry, take to the air.
I'll take the next one down too, he says, coughing and suffering.
Say hello to Hermes and Hermes on stream. I think I saw.
Or amazed if she's feeling fancy.
I think I saw both of them.
Oh. He's probably wondering.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So let's see what the situation is when you get back into the berm with Rianne's sister. So let's do a 1 die fortune roll on you. Wouldn't mind.
Sure.
See what condition she. Okay. Not terrible. So, by not terrible, what I mean is she is convulsing and her body is rippling. You can see her changing between forms. It's like she's trying to resist something. So she's transforming into all these different forms, like a rhinoceros and things like that, with thick skin and big stomachs and everything.
I knew a rhinoceros was going to come up eventually, even if Sif didn't turn into one.
And she's just rippling from form to form, trying to find any kind of piece, any form that she can be in where she doesn't have this pain racking her entire body.
And you said this isn't horrible.
Yeah, this isn't horrible. It could have been a lot worse.
Like Grandpa.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I still have the offer to shock her on the table, but I shall leave that up to her sister. Because I am a gentleman.
Let's go with the more gentle approach first and see if Harriet can help.
Okay.
Is she willing to have a Sasquatch hug at this point, or do we have to sway her again?
No, I she's definitely not going to. She's not going to be any harder to get a hold of than anybody that's like constantly shape-shifting between forms. So it'll be a little bit dangerous, I'd say risky, but
Can I go ahead and concentrate and just use one essence for my hypnotism and look her right in the eye and just tell her to be still?
I feel like hypnotism might only work on mundanes. Not 100% sure, but that's
it says make eye contact with Sape or Fauna.
Yeah, so it works on plant animals and mundanes.
Okay.
Yeah, Sapes is shorthand for Homo sapiens, which
she was turned into a pig.
I mean, she probably is at various times throughout the few moments you're watching her.
Have majestic presence. Could I potentially improve my situation if I pop an essence for that to calm her down before I try to do a deep reading? Or is it just worth me diving in?
Yeah,
just give her a hug, darling. I'm sure that'll do the job.
I feel like because you're a Sasquatch, and she's shape-shifting all over the place, I just feel like with your wingspan, you should be able to get a hold of her no problem. So I don't think it necessarily merits anything.
As long as she isn't in rhinoceros.
Can I take a Fey bargain to give myself an improved situation?
Sure, yeah. So what is the ability you're going to be using?
I'm going to be using deep reading.
Oh, okay.
So I have to physically touch them in order to gather emotional information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think kind of the obvious thing here is that you're going to be disturbed by what you find. And
I think we're all past that point.
yeah. So yeah, we would probably consider that like a temporary trauma for the remainder of the game. So yeah, like emotionally disturbed as a temporary trauma, and then yeah, that'll give you an extra die.
Typing in the wrong spot. Just writing in the middle.
Sounds like the other helicopter's on its way.
Okay, so. What? Oh.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I think the emotionally disturbed makes sense. I think it's actually going to be worse than that. She reaches up when you've got a hold of her. She reaches up and transforms her face into something that's got a nice big bite, but not a tiger. She was already a tiger earlier.
An anglerfish.
An anglerfish. Okay. Yeah. And she just reaches up and takes a huge chunk out of the side of your face. With her anglerfish mouth. And you watch as that chunk of flesh becomes animated in her mouth and starts to wriggle around on its own.
Well, I reckon this is all sorts of fucked up.
We're gonna say that would normally be a level 2 harm, but because you're so thick and hardy, that's only gonna be a level 1 harm.
Harriet is dummy thick, so she doesn't take as much harm as the rest of us.
Level 1 face munch.
Mm-hmm. And then she shapeshifts into something else, and you can start to see her joints, like her shoulder blades and stuff, where they seem to be disconnecting from the rest of the rest of her joints and her muscles and her bones and everything. And it's almost like her mind is splintering into all of these different parts of her body. And so, yeah, that's probably the disturbing thing you found. So, Rian, I think you're gonna have to come to terms with the fact that your sister might not be here anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She starts to try to make her way out of your circle and toward the woods.
I guess we follow her and Grandpa. They're
Yeah.
corporeal, they can't sink into the ground, so maybe we can see where they go.
If for Rian, that was practically her uncle, so it's Uncle Grandpa.
Uncle Daddy.
Oh.
We are in the region for it.
The region.
No.
Okay. So yeah, she stops shape-shifting and just starts physically shifting. Her muscles and bones contort. She kind of flips upside down like she's gonna crab walk away from you. And yeah, she just sort of walks through the grass barrier and heads for the forest.
So, do I shock her now?
Yeah.
All right, let's fire off an electric bolt.
All right.
Don't know what it'll do, but electricity always does something.
So is this there are two different powers. There's the elemental projection, and then there's the big one.
Yeah, I figured this would just be an elemental projection.
Okay. So the sort of low level shock.
Well, I don't want to fry her.
Yeah, the other one is the kind that tends to blow you apart into many, many pieces. Okay. Yep. Okay. I think you have enough time that yeah, what's the intention? Sort of stun her?
The intention is to send a shock through her that will either cause her to be temporarily incapacitated or somehow give her brain a jolt so that it wakes back up again.
Oh, okay.
That's the ideal situation, but
okay, so maybe on a crit, something really good like that happens, but otherwise the best you can kind of expect is that it gives her a jolt. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'd say that's risky standard effect.
It's just a magical taser, that's all.
And would you say that would be more of a target or a focus?
I don't think she's going to be hard to hit. She's so close by. I think focus might make more sense.
Well, I will throw a few other willpower behind that.
Okay.
Hope to hit her a little bit more succinctly.
Sure.
That is a complete success.
Okay.
Not a crit, but it is a damn 6.
It lays her out flat. You see some of her muscles are trying to like rearrange themselves, like to get into a more comfortable position as she sort of lays down from the jolt. But she's not like going back to normal or anything of that nature.
Well, at least she ain't biting no more.
And she starts twitching, and it looks like, she's probably going to be back awake soon, but you have some time if there's something particular that you want to do to her.
So, maybe not to her specifically, but I was thinking, I don't even know if it's possible, but I was thinking of awakening the spirit of that stone that's inside of her, and seeing if maybe if it's more stable, that she'd be more stable.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, there's not usually a roll for that, but I think a 2-die fortune roll would make sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
And because she is going to come back to somewhat soon, I'm going to say it's still risky.
Okay. Ooh!
Okay.
Got good results.
I think you reach over to her stomach, which is kind of right up on top of this massive person, and you touch where the stone you kind of expect it to be.
Yeah.
And what does it look like? What are you doing as you're awakening the spirit?
It probably looks a lot like CPR compressions. I'm just kind of feeling around to see if I can feel it.
Okay.
And
you get your fingers kind of around it.
Yeah, just call out to its whatever, if there is any sort of spiritual presence in it, to wake up and to be stable.
Okay. So I think you can feel it. It's like against your hand.
Yeah.
And you feel it crack under your hand.
Okay.
And she goes completely limp, and then she starts to turn to ectoplasm, and the stone kind of rises up out of her or looks like it's rising up, but she's just falling.
Yeah.
And she's sort of falling into the ground.
Okay.
Just like they've vanished before.
Okay.
And she does that, and the stone has lost almost all of its luster. It doesn't
Okay.
look anything like it did before. It's still brownish red, but it's not that lustrous color that it was before.
Okay.
Should I electrocute that?
Maybe you did.
Maybe I did.
I'm gonna pick it back up. Does it still feel that weird
Um,
drawing of energy sensation?
no, not at all.
Okay.
Just feels like a lump of inert stone.
Okay.
You can hear the helicopter from, really far overhead. Because you guys are in this grassy berm, there's no way they're seeing you where you're at.
Unless I start shooting. I'm always up to start shooting.
And
I think I'm
yep, you hear it kind of pass over you and head toward Town Hall.
kind of ready to hit them at their home base
Mm.
and go back to where all the helicopters have lifted off from and destroy whatever's there.
Probably the least protected it's been in a few days. The 2 helicopters gone.
I assume that's the mining place entrance.
The the North Peak Quarry and Mines, part of the cobalt mining operation.
If I may have an aside here, do we know what Forville's status is? I am concerned for his well-being.
He did not meet back up with you after you all got out. You helped him get back down toward Town Hall, and I think he did some stuff that you asked him to do. But if you want to do a flashback to where, he's supposed to meet you at a certain place, that's fine.
I'm just moderately concerned for his well-being. I don't necessarily have a motivation here. I just think that boy needs to be protected.
I'll do a flashback and I'll leave Cash with him at his house to kind of follow him around, so if he comes or goes or whatever, we'll know.
Johnny?
Yeah. Little cicada Johnny Cash.
All right, that's 0 willpower flashback since you left your familiar, so yeah, that's totally fine. Yep, Orville is very refreshed when he wakes up, or when he woke up the previous morning after Harriet had healed him of all of his previous wounds. And yeah, you're able to, you're able to see that he's completely fine. He actually starts going about his normal daily routine until he realizes that shit's fucked up. And it probably wouldn't be a good idea.
To be fucked up.
Probably wouldn't be the best idea for him to go down to the mines right now. So yeah,
he ain't in no condition to be hauling 16 tons.
He's an ice road trucker now.
That's worse. My God, if I may have a second, my deepest respect to truckers, my God. I've heard what they've been going through lately. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my second. Move on.
All right.
So at least we know Forville's not at work.
Yes.
So, any idea for an undertaking? You said hit him where it hurts.
Yep. Fuck shit up.
Their wallets.
Yeah. The idea there.
Assault.
Yeah. So, like a destroy with an assault plan, and what's the detail?
It
I
would
still
be
got 16 bullets. I've been waiting for this.
assault with point of attack. And I guess it would be just kind of head on because the helicopters are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay. How does that sound to everybody?
Perfect.
I don't think you need to ask me that,
True.
Colin.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with 1 die for sheer luck. Let's see. Are they prepared for this eventuality? I'm gonna say yes, even though both of their helicopters are gone. They're definitely gonna be. It's not gonna be as scary for you, but this is. I mean, it's a mine. There's pretty much only one way to get into the mine, except through that through the town hall passage that you know about. So if you're going up to the normal mine part, that is where they're going to expect people to come in. So that's going to reduce it by a die. There are some important NPCs that are higher tier than you guys, but I'm not going to count their tier. So I'm going to say this is a 1 die engagement roll. So I will roll that.
What you're saying is that things are getting messy.
2 dice is the only chance you have of getting a critical. So if there's an NPC that you want to use to help you get in, that could give you an extra die on the engagement roll. Who do you want to put in harm's way? Orville could probably help you get in.
No.
Could we go and take the mayor hostage?
You're not sure where the mayor is right now. He might already be there.
Then who could we take hostage?
Orville.
Athalia could fly overhead. That's the name you gave Mothwoman.
Yeah, I think the Mothwoman could be a help. Yeah, she could at least be distracting.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe our moonshiner could just wheelbarrow a whole bunch of moonshine up there and get him drunk.
Eastbound and down.
Or just
Here you
wheel
go,
the
guys.
moonshine up there and blow it up.
Yeah. Very flammable.
You could have the Moth Woman airdrop a barrel of moonshine.
Moonshine Molotov cocktails.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
What do you think?
I think that sounds amazing.
Fun.
All right, so we'll raise that up to 2 dice, as the Mothwoman is going to make the world's largest Molotov cocktail using Sam's moonshine. All right.
Call back to I sanctum arson.
Okay, not the best roll ever, but that could have been a lot worse. Okay. The explosion goes off right around the entrance to the mines in the middle of the quarry, which creates a decent amount of a distraction. There is now liquid fire rolling down the mountain.
Nice.
And you're able to use the moment as a distraction to possibly get in. So you are on the south side of the quarry in the forested area just outside of the main part of the dugout quarry. So it's going to be a run across barren land to get into that entrance, but between where you're trying to get to and the soldiers, it's a lot of fire. So you've got a little bit of cover.
First and foremost, Levi is going to remove his hat and give a moment of silence for all of that moonshine that has been wasted.
Absolutely. All right.
Now we start invading.
Do you want to start with big group action to see if you guys can get in there without either being spotted or just quickly, or
Quickly sounds good.
let's get some arson in chat. I like all those animated fires. We're definitely going to need our own custom animated fire emote for Night Sky Sanctum for
sure.
Hollis. Maybe some green fire or something like that.
Green fire.
Yeah. All right, who wants to lead and what's the idea? What's the action? I know some of you are getting kind of low on willpower at this point.
Yeah.
I'm mainly low on essence. I have 3 left.
Why don't
Fair
we?
bit of willpower going. I could lead, but I don't think I would be very good at leading anything stealthy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe we just like
Go in like guns blazing.
yeah, like group brawl. Just go in there.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
they say, darling? Violence is not the answer. It is the question, and the answer is always yes. Let's do it.
Nice. Okay, well, the only person with guns to blaze is Levi. So,
I reckon I am mighty pleased to lead this action, assuming that we are blazing guns. I do not know what we do.
does anybody have any other way of like guns blazing? Any powers or anything you can use that's that kind of thing to lay down sort of suppressing fire?
Hard would it be to awaken the spirit of the mountain itself so that it just
if
like
we're in Appalachia, you gotta do it.
exactly, so it just throws rocks at people and it collapses on people and opens for us, it's
Releases
helpful.
hellbenders on them.
I feel like Awaken the Spirit might be I think it's a once per session ability.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to spend 1 essence and turn the whole cover of my body into into one of those what is that? That cacti that shoots needles.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know about that one. That sounds awesome.
It's I think it's
I
like a
think you're
jumping
thinking of a
shoal.
porcupine.
Oh, there's a
That
jumping
cactus.
chola.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also thinking, Levi, you do have elemental control powers. You could potentially make kind of wall off an area that you could get down. Then, fewer people could get in there.
Well, I could, but personally, I like to keep to the line and stuff. Doesn't feel like very good role play to be open wide about such things.
Yeah.
So I'd rather, shoehorn myself.
Mm-hmm. Pectoire, yeah. Okay, so Lana and Levi taking the front. So maybe a target roll. And the other 2 of you just providing like backup and making it a target rich environment. So they have more people to shoot at.
We'll start blasting.
I'm gonna have to spend 2 willpower for at least 1 die.
Is that the idea?
I think that is a smashing idea.
So we're doing a group target?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With Levi leading?
Well, I got a 6 right off the bat, so
That's a good
Yay.
start.
2 6s right there. Oh, partial. Well, that's not too bad, I reckon.
All right. Okay. Yeah, so we got 3 6s and a 1. So I think that means that Rian, I think you got pegged. So you took some shrapnel from
Okay.
One way to spend the
yeah, from a bullet. So let's do level 2 harm, shot in the leg.
Okay.
And otherwise, you have made it to the elevator. Everyone has made it there together. Levi, you took out 2 people. Lana, you took out 2 people. And Harriet, you were able to point out a couple of those targets and dull their senses to where they weren't able to evade the attacks with empathy. If you're down for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just like, lower your mood.
Shut
We're about
up,
to get
guys.
shot.
Big chill.
Make them look larger than nothing they can't dodge.
Yep. All right. So you are to the elevator, and you're able to sort of sneak into the elevator, but now you've got a long. Oh, actually, I forgot something. So as you are running up, you see bits of Grandpa make their way up over one of the big rock piles, and it squeeges its way into the elevator shaft. And as you guys are getting up to the elevator shaft, you see it sort of hurl itself over, and it goes and just bounces down several levels, and then starts squidging down one of the mine shafts when it hits the ground. Amazingly and surprisingly, it did not go to the bottom level where you saw all of these things before. It stayed one level above the bottom level.
Well, I didn't know Grandpa was a spelunker.
Right.
So do we
So
go all the way down, or do we stop where Grandpa stopped? Is there a reason he didn't want to go down there?
yeah, it seemed like he even had to crawl back up a little bit to get into that level entrance. So yeah, it definitely didn't seem like he just went wherever he bounced. So yeah, where do you want to go?
Fallen Grandpa.
Follow
Yeah, I
Grandpa?
feel like
It's
we
our
should.
best clue at this point.
Okay. Yep, his
Or
head
what's
was
left of Grandpa at this point.
his head was definitely attached to the parts that went down there.
Oh, that's fun.
The part that still had that stone in it.
Genuinely don't know what the most horrifying part of that whole thing is.
All right. So as the elevator is slowly taking you down, the fire above you is being put out, and people start taking shots at you.
Ooh.
So, does anybody want to do anything to protect you all from the hail of bullets, or do you want to make resist rolls?
Resist.
Do we know whether this hail of bullets is coming from the surface or from a sublevel?
From the surface. That's how you know, is that it takes until they put out the fire before they start shooting. You have like 30 or 45 seconds while you're just waiting for this elevator to slowly take you down before before they start shooting.
Being flattened down, but a fear. Running a bit low this.
All right.
I think I'll just react. I won't do an action, but I'll roll to evade or something.
Okay. Yeah, let's do insight rolls for you all to be in sort of the best positions to keep yourselves from being shot. Unless you have any powers you want to use. That's an insight resist.
I live one. No.
Right. Anya's insight resist is a crit. You regain 1 willpower. Lana Belladonna's insight resist is a 1. You are going to have to spend 3 willpower.
Same goes for me.
Harriet's, yep, also a 1. And
And
Levi's,
Levi's.
also a 1.
Jeez.
Did anybody trauma out?
I did.
Oh
Dang.
no!
Not as of yet, although I am rather
Great
close.
luck with the elevator shit.
Oh, though my warding
Your
only counts for
wards.
supernatural stuff, doesn't it?
It's only for Grandpa.
No, I'm fine with a ward for that. Just spend essence equal to the willpower you would have spent, and we'll say that you were able to like effectively have some wards up that protected you.
The
What
max
about the bark skin?
Yeah, that's true. There's
That would also give you some protection, so you wouldn't feel as scared.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to specify what your ward is for.
Mhm.
So the whole grandpa thing before, that's fine. It doesn't. Wards are sort of a flashback thing. So when you take the damage, you can flash back to say, this is the kind of ward. Like I checked, I did tea leaves, and it said that I was gonna be in a firefight, and so I cast a ward of protection around me to prevent me from taking harm in that way. That's how wards work. So it's a supernatural response to not necessarily supernatural
Oh, okay, I
harm.
gotcha.
So
Yeah, I think maybe it was something where I was communing with my plants and through like the whole cycle of nature and everything, I'd gained a little insight. But so can I just use as much essence to back up as much willpower and take a little bit of damage still?
yeah, so you would normally take fatal harm from that, a hail of bullets like that. But instead, you can choose how you want to split up those 4 levels. You can take it in willpower, harm, or essence loss.
All right, well,
And any
I'm gonna go ahead and do 1 essence loss. I'll take the 2 willpower.
Okay.
Because that had put me at exactly traumatized out. So I still have 1 essence, 1 willpower, and then I'll take like a level 2 harm.
I would only be 1, but your
Oh,
bark skin cancels that out. So, all right. 2 willpower, 1 essence, and you are well. Yeah, you have chunks of bark flying off of your body from the hail of bullets, but you make it down to the bottom level, otherwise unscathed.
Whew.
Uh,
And I can help a little.
everybody else, as long as you were able to survive the willpower loss, you're good as well. That's
Still
basically
kicking.
you guys spending about 30 or 45 seconds in an elevator trying to dodge and hide and everything from all these soldiers shooting at you.
Appalachian dance revolution.
um,
My hoofs are moving to thank God I'm a country boy.
You're able to stop the elevator and get out. You have about 3 or so minutes before any other soldiers will be able to get down to where you're at. And you can see sort of marks on the ground where Grandpa has made his way through this area and kind of left a clean spot on the ground of dust.
Could we break the mechanism that takes the chain up and down on the elevator?
For sure. How would you want to go about that?
I got a bullet.
You could probably knock out the control box. At least prevent it from going back up until they would have to, do it manually.
Yeah.
Probably quadruple the amount of time it takes for them to use it. None of your sound is coming through, Morningstar.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yes.
Goodness. Well, okay, let me get the horrible accent back on. I reckon I could hit a control box at 50 paces.
Oh yeah. We'll just cost you a bullet and no roll necessary. And the thing shorts out. And you see it fall a couple of feet until the emergency mechanism kicks in. And then you hear yelling from above, and they start hurriedly trying to reel the thing back up. And it's going, like I said, about a quarter of the speed that it went down. It's going back up.
Shut out. Good luck there, fellas.
The path that Grandpa took, you see that it starts out about as big as you saw Grandpa, and then as it moves down the corridor, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can see some light at the end of that corridor just around a bend. Because otherwise it's more or less pitch black down here. Well, no, there's lights. There's a few lights. But this isn't an area that they were currently working in, so they're pretty spaced out.
What?
You're not sure why he's down here or what's going on around the corner. But you can definitely see some lights. Lana want to go after Grandpa, or?
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I think what if I send Toby ahead?
Toby is
'Cause he's my squirrel.
Yeah, you could absolutely.
And he's just been hanging anyway.
Mhm.
I didn't want to risk him too much, but
Yeah.
because I figure he could run faster than all of us and scurry around might be a little bit less noticeable. If we can send him ahead to do just like a little
Break out.
gather information
Yeah.
and kind of see what's going on up there.
Yeah.
You can do personal projection and send a projection of myself with Toby as well. Because then I'm safe, but I can see and hear through that.
Yep. I think Toby is probably a lot easier to hide. So
I think that would just see gather information. I guess that would be survey.
sounds good.
Okay. Which I have one in. Oh, if I can do the right one.
Sit at a cool 0 in survey.
Standard with 4.
Okay. So you see a abomination creature that
That's not very nice, darling. I do have a name.
that is about 8 times as big as the bits of Grandpa you were seeing before. It looks like it has merged with a lot of the other smaller ones that you had seen around previously. And it is reorganizing itself into a better structure to sort of be a blobby giant.
We have reached the final boss.
The thing that surprises you most, though, is the area that it's heading into. It looks like there's a science outpost on this level. And you see a man in a wheelchair who's facing away from you. He hasn't spotted you. And this thing is coming up right behind him. Very silently, considering its size.
Oh, no,
So that's what Toby sees.
Get out of there, Toby!
No, Toby's completely safe. The giant is going toward the man in the wheelchair.
Okay.
Savior, look out!
Yeah, no, I was like, I want to see what it does to Professor X.
Yes. You see it raise its arms and they crunch and move and bones move into the right position for it to get a big overhand puts its fist together for a big overhand smash.
Can I fire a lightning bolt at it, or am I too far away?
No, you're absolutely not too far away. You want to pull energy out of the power lines over your head again? Or do you want to just
Well, now I
simple...
reckon that does sound like a way to send a very impactful jolt to Grandpa.
Do you want to shoot okay, yeah, that's right. I was like, do you want to shoot Grandpa?
I do want to shoot Grandpa.
All right.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
feel free to clip that one and send it to your grandparents.
Morningstar wants to shoot you. It's all your dreams come true. Okay. I think we ruled that these power, the amount of power running through these is the equivalent of 2 essence. So it'll only cost you 1 essence to get a full-fledged lightning bolt, because you're also channeling energy from the 2 red balls you have.
Well, I'm glad I'm carrying them balls in my pocket.
But we are
Alrighty then.
we're gonna raise it to instead of risky, it'll be devastating. Some word that starts with a D. Worse than risky. Desperate.
We're getting the D. That's all that matters.
Holding the balls and getting the D.
All right.
That's a 4 there with that lightning bolt.
Okay. I think for the consequences, the 2 red balls are going to drain you for 2 essence.
Nothing worse than when your balls drain you instead of you draining them.
They don't turn into blue balls, though.
That's still... I feel like blue is preferable to red.
Yeah, yeah. But otherwise, this massive arc of lightning comes out of the power cables above Levi's head, down and channels down through him, and just jolts straight out of the tip of his gun, and strikes Grandpa from behind. And
striking Grandpa with my tip.
Just the tip. And it the energy scatters through its body and just blasts it to smithereens. And you see the bloody red ball drop to the ground amidst the gore and carnage. And the man in the wheelchair spins around as soon as the lightning crackles through the air, to look at you who have just come around the corner.
Well, after decimating her Grandpa, I turn towards Lana and I tip my hat politely.
I was going to say, Harriet's going to lean over and be like, I'm available for therapy later.
Like, at least he's out of his misery.
Yeah, that's true.
I just start making little squeaks here and there because I'm just like,
where's my emotional support squirrel?
The man in the wheelchair strolls casually through the carnage in his electric wheelchair.
Rolls. He rolls.
Yeah, he rolls. Did I say scrolls?
You said strolls.
Strolled. he rolls through the carnage and scoops down and picks up the red ball out of the carnage and starts, hits the reverse button on his wheelchair and starts rolling backward away from Levi at his fastest clip, which is not very fast.
That's probably a smart idea.
Stop that man.
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna fire something at a man in a wheelchair. Someone else do it.
I'm just gonna jog around behind him and grab onto the back of his chair and be like,
Okay, so you're gonna run all the way down the hall into the science area? Okay.
The science area.
So what you see is that they've made this big interlocking floor to make the floor level. like completely
Mhm.
level with these interlocking metal tiles. And they go halfway up the wall, and it seems like they have their own power generator as well, separate from everything else back here. And you
Mhm.
see all kinds of computers along one side of the wall, and you see these big metal semi-cylindrical devices that are like floor to ceiling, about 10 or 12 feet tall, that have all kinds of like medical doohickeys hanging off of them. Um, and there are like 3 or 4 of those against the other wall. And when you jog in, you have to get around all that carnage, because Grandpa and all his friends have kind of splattered
Mhm.
all over the floor. So yeah, you have to go through the carnage.
Yep.
But Zalen, are you okay?
Traumatized by the death of her grandfather.
Okay.
The explosion of her
I'm
grandfather.
laughing at putting a stick in a man's wheelchair. No.
I was like, is this a yellow card moment, or are you actually having...
You broken Lana. That's
Okay.
just picturing
Yeah. Well, he has absolutely no way of getting away from you, as long as you don't mind walking through the carnage.
I don't.
Yeah, he just sort of looks up at you from his chair, and he looks like he knows he's completely at your mercy. And when you get close, he just lets his hands off the controls and puts his hands up, and he looks dead into your eyes and says, I knew it. I knew all these years I was being haunted, and here you've come to take my soul. And he just holds his hands up, and he is looking at you like he knows you.
Well, that's not really the kind of witch I am, but
That's the kind of witch I am.
I'm gonna need you to explain what's going on here.
Kind of tilts his head, and he's like he's trying to very like succinctly like listen to you and understand what he's seeing, and like, your manner of speech is a little different. You aren't, and he names your sister, are you? Oh. He says, well, I assume the end result's gonna be the same. If you
Probably.
wanted to know which one, he points at the last pod. That's where we kept her.
What?
He drives his wheelchair over to the one of the cylindrical pods with the medical equipment, and he says, "This is the pod we kept her alive in."
What?
Is she alive now?
No, we lost her about 6 months ago.
And how long had she been missing for?
2.5 years plus those 6 months, total of 3 years.
I'm gonna start punching this old man in the face.
Okay.
Appreciate your methods, darling. I really do, because I cannot think of a better solution than that.
So what's your intent? You want to just get some of your
Yeah, I'm just blind raging, punching this man in the face right now.
getting some of
I've
your...
only got one in brawl, so I don't imagine I'll do
Oh,
that
no,
much
yeah.
damage.
Well,
But
darling, if you want, I could step in. I got 3 in brawl.
I mean, yeah, if your intent is to bludgeon him to death, you definitely have the means to do that.
I don't want to
But
bludgeon him to death. I
okay.
need him to explain. I'm just very angry, and I am.
Okay.
I figured the face is probably where I'm gonna
Yeah.
cause pain and not his legs. So
Yeah.
yeah, hit in the face.
All right.
I
Yeah.
can cause some pain in him if you want. You try punching him first, and if it doesn't work, Talk to me, Dark.
So what does that look like, and what kind of damage does he end up with?
I assume that I will like bloody his nose or, knock out a tooth, but nothing like substantial. I'm not gonna break anything.
Okay. Yeah, so his nose is bleeding down into his gray beard. And yeah, he's wearing a lab coat. And you can see his name tag on it. It's Dr. Hitrol.
I assume,
Yeah, he has a DRG
yeah.
logo, the black oval with kind of like an infinity symbol, but with two triangles.
Why do
Okay.
I get the idea that the entire purpose of his organization is to revitalize himself?
So he kind of babbles through the blood that it was your sister's blood they needed. They needed the blood of a witch.
But you had more than one witch.
Well, she happened down here and had an accident. At first, we thought that we could get her back to health, and he points at the device. So we hooked her up in there, and someone above my pay grade decided that we could use her blood. And then you hear a tapping sound coming from back down the hallway where you all came from. You hear sort of shuffling feet and then a tap, and then
It's Forville. You betrayed us.
No.
it's coming from behind Harriet.
Okay. I guess I whip around and see what's there.
Okay. You see a 6'4" tall, mundane looking man in an extremely nice tailored suit walking up behind you.
It's the cowboy in the continental suit that Marty Robbins warned us about.
He doesn't seem to be at all worried about you or scared of you or anything like that. And he just shuffles and taps his walking stick on the ground. And then he tips his hat to you and tries to walk around you.
Can I turn him into a jackass?
He is completely around a corner from where you're at. He is behind Harriet right now.
As is usual for Democrats.
Interested. I might just follow him.
All right.
Let him pass. Don't touch him. Just kind of like meander and watch where he goes. If he's going to join up the group or not.
Okay. You want to do anything? You want to study him or anything? Look him over for weapons, anything like that?
Yeah, maybe I don't really have points in any of that stuff.
I mean, 0 dice is always perfectly
I guess
fine.
I can do a 0 dice study just to kind of get a quick glance at him.
Okay.
See if there's anything like
Big iron on his hip.
Big iron on his hip. Levi is basically a long-running Marty Robbins song.
0 dice study.
Right. Okay. So had you been trained on that, you would have got a 6. But it is not. You're not accustomed to really noticing, the outlines of a gun under somebody's clothes and things like that. So you can't be sure if he is packing or not. But if he is, it's well enough hidden that you don't see it. And he, like I said, he tips his hat at you and proceeds to give you a wide berth, but head around you to the left. As you
I'm gonna
action.
follow behind him with a Davy locked and loaded, skunk butt prepared.
Skunk butt in the air. All right.
Being 6'4" don't stop you from stinking when a
Nope.
skunk gets you.
All right. The next person he would be going around would be Lana. You wanna?
I'm going to go ahead and use my last essence that I have
Okay.
for my snake root kiss for perception altering to where basically I exude just enough toxin out of me to where it just kind of wavers his vision a little and he just doesn't see me.
Okay. You're gonna have to touch him.
Oh, touch him. Yeah, okay.
because it's physical.
How intimate.
Yeah, maybe I'm trying to think if I can get close enough to just like barely graze him with my hand.
He seems like the kind he seems to be carrying himself in such a way that if you reached out your hand to him, he would take your hand.
Okay.
Sounds like you should kill him.
Oh, which I can go over essence, right? It
You
just has
can.
weird results. But honestly, we don't is he I don't really know if he's a friend or foe if because I feel like he
You
would have
just
reacted.
paralyzed him.
He's not wearing a name tag or anything.
Yeah, so
Well, I reckon he's associated with these horrible experimental bastards, which means he's a foe.
yeah, so I'll go one essence over and then just paralyze him, I think.
Okay.
I'll reach out my hand like oh hello, sir. Who are you down in this tunnel? Let me introduce myself. I'm Lana. And
yeah, that sounds like a consort unless you have another idea.
yeah, consort sounds good. And then that does put me one essence over technically. So
Okay. I think you're gonna exude this poison from some other places. Maybe you have some other like flowers or something on your body. Like you're able to control it enough to put it on the palms of your hands, but it also kind of comes up from other places. So maybe if you inadvertently touch somebody later, that would cause a problem.
Oh, you have the permanent wounds from last time. Maybe they're seeping out of those.
Could be, yeah.
yeah, in fact, it might be even affecting me a little, and I'm just a little jerky now because I have to
Could be.
concentrate to move. And you said that was consort.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I failed.
Yeah, you win a little worse than fail too. Double ones.
One.
So I think he reaches for you and he makes like direct eye contact with you, but just as you're about to touch him, he kind of recoils from you, like he maybe smelled something. And you see him put his hand over the head of his walking stick.
Harry's fault.
He puts his hand over the head of his walking stick and sort of holds it out in front of him as he backs away from you and continues around toward Levi. And he kind of eyeballs you like, "Hey, what kind of thing was that?" Like he feels like something was up, but he doesn't.
This sexist individual only gravitates towards me because of my masculinity.
But yeah, he kind of takes a wide arc around you as well.
Well, everybody needs to look out for that walking stick. He seemed to think that was gonna put himself between us.
All right, Levi, anything you want to do?
I reckon I'm going to be a gentleman and I am going to hold myself still. Because if this individual is so cute, a little old me, there must be a distinct reason for it.
Okay. So he tips his hat at you?
And I tip mine back, of course, as a gentleman.
And yeah, he kind of tries to sort of sidestep you and head around to where the scientist and Rianne are.
Well, I reckon I am rather offended by that, and I immediately draw my pistol.
Okay.
Yes, please.
He holds up his hand and his walking stick, as he turns to face you, and he kind of, nods, and says, "What can I do to get you to put down your firearm, sir?"
Well, I reckon you could have said something before you sidestepped me. At this point, ain't much more that can be done. I suppose you could explain away this entire thing. Return all these dear folks, loved ones to them, or put them to rest right here. But failing that, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to shoot you dead.
He nods his head, as he seems to agree with you that that is definitely the course of action that you're gonna have to take.
Well, I ain't opposed to it.
One sec. So I think he takes 2 steps toward you, just right toward you and the gun. Not to put his hands anywhere near your gun, but he takes 2 steps up, and so that your gun is sort of pointed at his chest.
Shoot him.
And he says, "Let me start over." And he reaches out his hand.
I shoot.
All right. Make a 1 die fortune roll.
Ready? That is a 6.
Okay. Well, in that case, before you fire, you notice something, and that is when his shirt connected with your gun, you felt the gun get pulled toward him and tap something solid metal under his shirt. So before you pull the trigger, you have knowledge that should you pull that trigger and should it not penetrate whatever this very sturdy piece of metal is, your gun might explode.
Conductive.
Yeah, and it's definitely magnetic.
Well, Levi ain't exactly a man who takes science and logic into much consideration. So I reckon even with the knowledge that it's gonna be a bit of a risk, Levi ain't fond of this bastard playing games.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I want to pull the damn trigger.
Okay. Let's make a prowess roll. He's going to be taking an action at the same time that you are. And it's
Right, a resistance then, I see.
Yeah.
That is a 5.
That's 3 5s. That's
3 5s.
pretty awesome. Okay. In that case, that costs you 1 willpower.
And I'm still alive. That's not troubling out quite yet.
Okay. And then we're going to do a 1 die fortune roll. Let's see how well your gun hands up to,
Hands up.
Yeah, hands up.
Well, I reckon it ain't gonna be a 6 like last time, but it's a 2.
Okay. So, the bullet doesn't really get up to full power, and exit the gun because, it's attracted to this metal. You can tell it damaged his shirt, but you pull back a barrel that's splintered and, mangled.
Like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Mm-hmm. To a degree. It's definitely splintered, or definitely shattered down the barrel. And you're pretty sure it won't shoot straight again, if it'll shoot at all.
I ain't shoot straight at all, darling. I shoot gay.
He moves with a swiftness that you don't expect and takes his walking stick and tries to bat the gun out of your hand with the end of the walking stick, and as it makes a semicircle around, you see it go right in front of your face, and you notice it's got a perfectly round red stone at the tip of the walking stick. And it hits your gun and knocks your gun out of your hand. And,
well, I reckon you didn't do much there, partner. That gun wasn't going to shoot again anyhow.
He reaches into his shirt and pulls out a chunk of metal and throws it to the ground. And then tips his hat again and turns directly away from you to walk away.
Now that he's turned away from Levi.
Does this gentleman think I just have a gun? Like I ain't some kind of witch here.
Since I was following behind him when he was facing Levi before, since he's turned around, can Davey just full on skunk spray him in the face?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, let's do, what do you want to roll for that? Could be a butt spring.
Butt spring. Either a spring or like a finesse, because I have to aim a skunk butt.
Aim a skunk. Sure. Oh, man. All right. In one quick motion, he turns around and he whaps your skunk out of your hand with the tip, with the red tip of his walking stick.
What a bastard.
When it impacts the skunk, it nearly disintegrates. All the magic gets pulled out of it, and it flies against the wall with a puff of fur.
Oh, baby.
So Lana,
sorry.
That's gonna be.
Well, I reckon that's one way to deal with a stink.
That's gonna be fatal harm.
Lana immediately.
You gotta resist it there, darling.
Yeah. He whaps your skunk.
Or die. But you really want this bastard to be the one who kills Bigfoot.
How do you want to handle that?
I'm just imagining some boss hog motherfucker in a white suit.
He's a relatively handsome guy. He's no boss hog.
Oh, he's me. Okay.
Yeah. He
It's oh my god, it's Sovereign Morningstar. He came this far south.
It's not. It is Soren Blackwood, but he is an executive board member of the order.
He's a bastard. Kill him, darling.
So you need to resist fatal. It's up to you how you want to resist it. And I think Lana had an idea of how they might be able to help you resist.
Yeah, I was gonna instantly, as soon as I saw this go down, I'm like, no, nothing to lose. I don't want anybody to, I just run in and try to brawl. Like,
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to headbutt.
So
because I'm like, my friends, I just made these friends.
Mhm. So Harriet will have to resist fatal first, but then yeah, we can do that.
Unless Harriet wants to just die right here and there.
Well, only your familiar is facing it, but if you so you can either let your familiar die and take no damage, or you can try to shift it between the two of you.
Now, for a moment now,
Yeah.
just for my clarification, is or is not a witch out of commission if their familiar dies?
That's true. You would go bodily into torpor. That's, yeah, good point.
Was it a prowess resist? What resist am I doing?
Yeah, I think a prowess resist would make sense. see if it doesn't, try to get the attack not to hit the skunk or in just the right way that it obliterates it.
Okay.
Right,
Spend
you
one willpower.
reduce the effect and spend 1 willpower. So that takes it down from fatal to level 3 harm.
Okay.
And basically you feel all the pain that the familiar would feel. It's still alive, but it's only barely hanging on.
Oh, skunk.
Do you want to let Lana run up and do her business, or do you want to take an
Yeah, she was still running, so I think she would just hit it. Like, I don't think there was any stopping her, no matter the resistance.
Alright.
She's like, not my friends. I finally have friends.
What do you want to use?
I'm just gonna brawl.
Brawl? Okay.
Yeah.
Can we make that a group action? Can I
Do you all
jump
wanna...
right in and start punching this motherfucker as well?
Yeah, who else
Yep.
wants to join in?
I do.
Okay.
I'm pissed.
Rianne?
No, I'm keeping my hands on this wheelchair guy.
Okay. All right. So brawls from the 3 of you.
Partial success of the 5, finally.
All right. Who's leading? Oh, Azalin. Lana is leading. That's going to cost you 1 willpower. And Levi.
That's 6
got a
for
6.
me.
Nice.
I'm a punching bloody machine here.
And Harriet got a 3, so that's going to cost Lana 1 more willpower.
I'm so.
I am now traumatized. I
Okay.
had hit my head too hard while running after him, and I think
Well,
I'm now.
It's all right, darling. I'm gonna knock the shit out of this guy.
The action still goes through. You're only out of it afterward.
Okay.
So, okay.
I get a concussion.
Lana is the only one that trauma'd here.
Mm.
And we've got a 6 from Levi and a 5 from Lana. Okay, Lana, do you want to describe what you do?
Yeah, so I'm like basically reckless at this point, and I just run, and I'm just trying to headbutt with like everything I have, and I kind of slip a little bit while I'm headbutting, and not only do I just headbutt him with all my weight, but I also just fall directly onto the ground right after with a concussion, and then it like double hit. So I'm like, I am out at that point after we have like tackled him. I'm kind of on top of him, and I'm just lights out.
Yeah. You hit him with your head, and your snakes are like biting him, and they're getting that paralytic poison all over him.
We'll have all that.
And yeah, and then yeah, you just slip off of him and hit the floor, and you're unconscious in a second.
No, the snakes are still going.
Yeah, trying to bite at him if he's too close. The paralytic poison that gets on his skin. He immediately starts freaking out, but then you see it like bubble off of his face and get sucked into the staff. And
You take that staff from him.
Levi.
The sucking magic has made a return.
Levi, you got a 6.
I clocked that man right in his 6'4" face. I do not care that he is using a walking stick to assist his movement. I am gonna knock him right on his ass.
Okay. Yep, you hit him so hard you break his jaw. You've got the strength of a bull behind you. He takes it
quite literally.
Yeah. He takes it exceptionally well physically. But you can tell that there are definitely stars floating around his head, even though he's trying to shake it off. And what does Harriet do as well? Since you were there, but you didn't get a very high result. What were you trying to do? What did that look like?
Probably take a swing at him with my baseball bat.
Okay. All right. I think you sort of slip into the guts and everything of Grandpa.
Oh.
And Yeah, your baseball bat impacts the interlocking metal flooring, and when you pull it out of the muck, you see that your favorite nail has now been bent back against the bat. Now it's
You
just
broke
a
a
bat.
nail.
First my
Bigfoot
skunk, then my friend, now
broke
my
a nail.
bat.
What's that?
I said, first my skunk, then my friend, now my bat.
Mm-hmm.
Bad day. Am I able to actually use my empathetic healing on a traumatized out party member?
Yeah, but it's only gonna prevent her from dying. It's not gonna bring her back into the
Okay.
situation.
So, like, once the situation's done, would that be able to bring Lana back in the remainder of the session, or would it just be done?
No, she's out for the remainder of the session.
Okay.
For the remainder of the series.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Lana's gone.
Lana!
So,
It's all right. We punch in her off.
Avenge me.
he sort of steps back and holds out his staff at Levi, and with his other hand, he's like, "Bring it."
My dear friend, I am the one who holds his staff out. And then I start punching again.
Okay. I think that's going to require a prowess roll, since he's sort of holding you at bay with the staff. But a prowess roll will get you close enough to him to try to land a punch again.
All right, but let's pray this isn't a horrible prowess roll, or I may just trauma out for my first time in Children of Midnight history.
Can I do an assist?
I do not trauma out with a 6.
Okay, so this was just for him to get an opening to go
Okay.
in. So successful. You're able to force away his staff and get an opening to do an attack. Rian wants to assist.
Yeah, I was thinking I would do Spirit Companion and Twin Souls and have a rock monster, basically. Bear hug him and hold him still so you could just pummel him in the face and he couldn't bring his staff to bear.
Okay.
Ain't no bears here, darling. Just a minotaur.
Okay.
Although I am a bit of a hairy gay man, so.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely give a +1 die to Levi's action.
Okay.
If you want to spend a willpower.
I have to spend an essence, and yeah, I'll spend willpower as well.
Levi, what's the action?
The action is to tackle this gentleman
Okay.
and wrestle him down to the ground.
Oh, we have a gifted sub for the Cytherian.
I
Thank you so
love
much,
this thing.
RedZ1742. Oh, so cool. All right.
I'm flat.
Let's see how you do.
Let's see indeed.
+1 die.
For the first time, I cannot spend a willpower, or else I would indeed trauma her out. Oh wait, I get +1 die. Never mind. Well, it'll take a miracle for this to fail.
Ooh.
It's a partial success. That's as close as we get to a failure with 4 die.
3, 3, 3, 4.
Wow.
That was, yeah, literally as close as you could possibly get from a fail. Okay. So what exactly were you doing to him?
Wrestling him to the ground.
Okay. All right. So you and the stone beast are able to push his staff out of the way, and then you bull rush him and slam him to the ground. He does reach back with the staff and touches your back with the red stone part of the staff. And he is going to drain 3 essence out of you.
That pushes me beyond what I got. So what does that look like?
Any essence that he can't pull out of you pulls out as willpower.
Well, then I have traumaed out, it seems. For the first time in Children of Midnight history, Morningstar has traumaed out.
The other thing that happens is the poison that was on his staff from Lana also paralyzes you.
Oh no.
Well, I wish he had used some kind of protection.
Put a condom on that redstone next time.
Oh my god.
So he rolls you off of him, but now he has Rian's small stone monster to contend with, as well as Harriet.
Okay.
He pushes Levi off of him and starts to stand up through the blood and guts that he had been pushed into.
What is the exchange we need in order to do wild magic? How much willpower and essence?
It's 3
No
essence.
willpower, darling.
Yeah, 3 essence, no willpower.
Okay.
And then you compare it to your heritage, your grimoire, and your aspect to see how many dice you get. You have an idea about the kind of wild magic you want to use?
Yeah. Being an empath, I want to give this man an excruciating anxiety attack.
Okay.
Nothing more horrible, my god. You are cruel, dog. I thought I was the sadist in this relationship.
Harriet has gone down the dark empath path at last.
The dark empath.
That's a hard word a hard phrase to say. Okay, so your Sasquatch. Do we think that comes in handy for this effect?
A big body, big feels. No, I don't think it would.
Your
Unless I use my shape to I don't know if I make him within my shadow to kind of
ooh.
what's the word?
Yeah.
Intimidate. I want to kind of overwhelm him with my size and shadow, so that way he feels small and insignificant.
Yeah, you're
overwhelm him with your size.
So yeah, I like that. He's on the ground. He's in the blood and muck.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gigantic Sasquatch. Yeah, I think that's perfect for +1 die. Okay. Your grimoire is perfect, being an empath. That's perfect for this. And what's your aspect?
My aspect is the Fool.
The Fool. You're reducing him to basically nothingness.
Baby.
Yeah, so I think that absolutely fits as well. So that's going to be 3 die wild magic. So exclamation point 3W.
We go, boys and girls, ladies and germs. Complete success.
That is a complete success. Okay, you get to narrate what that looks like.
After he has rolled Levi off of himself and he is rolling around trying to get up in the slippery muck and remnants of Grandpa, I am going to tower over him, kind of leg on either side, because I'm assuming I'm that large. So essentially standing overwhelming him in my shadow, and in a booming voice, say, "You tiny, pathetic little man. You think you can handle us? What is your purpose here? What is the point? What is the point of you?"
Oh, darling, so scathing. My
Just
God.
berate this poor man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Therapy.
You sound absolutely Elysian.
Elysian, I love that. Okay.
What is the point of you scaling?
So
That's
here's
the sort of energy I need to bring into my Met Gala criticism stream.
Oh, a drop.
So you pull all this wild magic energy from all around you in all directions, and it creates this vacuum of magic all around you, and you feel it being suctioned into his staff.
Ooh.
And the wild magic just cuts through the staff, and you feel it being pulled away from you to be used by his will instead of yours. But you're able to maintain an aura of wild magic around yourself, separate from the orb, and the orb shatters as your effect goes off. And he's there with a half-shattered staff, and he's weeping in front of you.
He's been
When you break this
circumcised.
snap.
Completely
And tears. Delicious.
inconsolable. And the scientist rolls forward, and he looks down and he says, "This is what you deserved, and it's what I deserve too." And he rolls his wheelchair forward and crushes the fingers on the executive's right hand. And yeah, we will consider that the end of the undertaking. You have successfully dispatched all of the important NPCs here.
You circumcised him, darling. You cut his staff.
There we go.
He busted his balls.
He broke his ball. So you can now do with the two of them as you wish, and we can do sort of a wrap up. And what do you want to do from here? You basically have the number one order executive at your command, Harriet.
But not the number one.
Ransom.
They're here for the red stones, which apparently, according to the scientist, Rian's sister helped them find inadvertently by shedding her blood down here. Her blood, the blood of a wild witch, was finding its way down into where these red stones are, deep in the earth. That's what they were following when they were making their mines.
You can get anything you want out of that sovereign.
So the problem is that there's still a mother lode of these stones down below. So that's what the scientist tells you. Probably the equivalent of 15 to 20,000 of these rocks.
Now, I may be traumatized out, but I am curious. What exactly is Charles Xavier doing here?
He is the head DRG
His wheels.
on for this scientific situation. They were hired by the Order to get these red stones by any means necessary. Usually they were able to just pay off the people who lived here, like the mayor and everyone else. But then there started to be side effects of unearthing these red stones, which included the apparition, the witches that came back, and the abomination of the non-witches that came back. So maybe some.
So, is there anybody in these pods that are alive?
No, they're all empty at this point.
They're all dead now. Okay. Or empty.
Empty. They're all empty. Yeah, They released they lost their last wild witch a while back. But they got the information about where they needed to mine.
I want to take my sister's body back to my parents. I want to leave this guy and Wheels down here. And then I want to do a wild magic to collapse these mines. So at least it will take them years and years to get back to this place again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's the intent is to collapse the mines.
Yeah.
How do you want to? I assume that you're all able to. It's the end of the undertaking, so between all of you, you're able to heal up each other, and everybody's traumatized out.
Okay.
That only lasts until the end of the undertaking.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm here again.
So who wants to lead this wild magic? I assume that would be Rian. What's the so collapse the mines. So let's look at the three. You got your mandrake, you're an animist, and your aspect is
the moon.
Ooh. So how do you want to go about it?
I guess as an animist, I would try to talk to the spirit of the mountain and convince it to close up the mines.
Okay. I think these things were supposed to, in the grand scheme of things, remain hidden. So I think that's within the purview of what the mountain itself would want. Is for its secrets to remain hidden. All right. That's one die.
As a mandrake, I think that I could use like spirits of the trees and plants to use their roots to break apart the outside of the mountain so that it helps fall in on everything else.
Yeah. And I think also you have roots. Your whole group has roots here.
Literally,
right,
and figuratively.
So I feel like your family being here and sort of being like connected to the mountain through generations, I think that fits with your roots as well. And yeah, you have connections to all the trees here and all the plants and stuff, just like Lana does. Yeah, I think that definitely fits for another die.
Right. Although I must amusingly say that Appalachia is so old that it probably doesn't care about the roots of any living beings.
It's I would say it's as much to keep it in check and to make sure that it knows that And then for your aspect, the moon.
Keeping this place a mystery. Keeping this place, out of the eyes of people that would use it treacherously.
Absolutely. Awesome. Okay. That is a 3-die roll, and how this is, I would say, probably the single most dangerous piece of wild magic that's ever been attempted. If you go down into the mines to close it, I think it might be worth an extra die.
You want me to die?
I want you all.
What if I were to do that?
Be the conduit?
I do have a bit of elemental control, even if it ain't necessary electricity. Perhaps I could expend myself entirely.
Also, could I also can we do like a group wild magic somehow? Like
A group suicide mission. That sounds spectacular.
Normally you can't, but I kind of consider this, this is a game session and game ending thing. So I think if you all go down there as a coven and you do this all together and you all take the consequences together, I could see a 4-die roll instead of
yeah, I
2
could
dice.
convince all the trees to just root down.
Basically everybody using their powers to make this work through all the depths.
We're gonna flatten the apple.
We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out in our own terms, Thelma and Louise style.
Exactly.
Does that work for everybody?
I'm gonna go out like Big John, under the ground. Except instead of holding the mine open, I'm gonna close it shut.
So does that mean we all get to make a 4-die roll?
No, that means that Rion makes a 4-die roll. It's going to be exclamation point 4W. The first 4-die wild magic.
Ooh.
Don't fuck it up, darling.
Abide the results. That is a 6.
Yay!
That is a complete
We'll all
success.
die, but for a good cause.
You
Yay!
you watch as the mountain closes itself up, and as you are all walking away from the fissure, every step you take, the mountain closes in behind you, until you make it back to the elevator. As the elevator rises, it fills in, and it fills in stronger than before.
But we're so cool, none of us look back.
Lana flicks just a little needle backwards like it's a cigarette.
I flick an actual cigarette. Wait, where did I put my cigarette?
Harriet flicks an actual skunk. Aww.
Just all the dandruff.
All right. Well, that was
There's my
session
cigarette.
4. That was the finale of Twin Pines. It looks like the 4 of them, this coven, might have a future yet as a coven.
So you may just see Levi out and about in Manhattan.
Back in Manhattan someday. So, with that, thank you all so much for being players in this, our first short-term Children of Midnight Coven game that we've ever done.
Darling, thank you. Once again, a wonderful job. But I do appreciate your creativity in this, diverging from your source material so excessively, but still maintaining the spirit of it all.
Yeah, the bulk of Children of Midnight Coven is set in Manhattan, but this is partially to show that with a little bit of effort, you can modify the factions game guide to work with any material. So somebody said very early on when Anya and I were making the game that how upset they were that it was set in the U.S. and specifically Manhattan. I'm like, this is the game world that literally almost anything goes. Native Americans still have all their land. Manhattan.
Anything goes, darling. Don't bring up the tap dancing children again.
That's next week. Yeah, Manhattan is the only part of North America that is the melting pot. Everywhere else still has its indigenous people living there. So it's a vastly different world than what most people are used to. So you can, if you want your game to be set in the Netherlands, you can absolutely have the Order there doing the same thing they're doing in Manhattan. Anywhere
What does
else.
the Dutch witch look like?
So
Just a regular witch in clogs.
I actually learned clogging when I was a kid. We were Pennsylvania Dutch, so.
Oh.
Yeah, gross.
So is Sev.
Oh, really? Interesting. Well, let us reintroduce everyone to ourselves before we head out for the night. Let's start with Morningstar.
We're starting with me again. Well, I am the illustrious Morningstar, as I am sure you well know. And if you wish to see more of my beautiful self, as I am sure you do, you can find me at the Cytherian on Facebook and the _ Cytherian on Facebook and Instagram. And I highly recommend that you do so because, well, my magnificent editor, whose, well, introduction is to follow, also, I suppose, farewell is to follow, does such magnificent work that you would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't. Now, Megan, darling, do you want to follow that?
Have to follow after that now, jeez.
Just say everything you have to say with a flourish.
They've got a
Well,
bird.
I've got a backup dancer.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's even better.
That counts as a flourish.
I can't compete with that.
like Morningstar said, I'm the photographer and editor for their content. I don't currently have my own personal links up yet, but I'm hoping to get that up in the next couple of weeks, even though I've said that multiple weeks in a row.
We're going to fix it soon.
It is coming. My work schedule is getting better, so I hope to have that up soon, as well as potentially some new things for the patron tiers. But if you want to look at any of the work that we've done in the past, or we'll be releasing in the future, we upload every Friday. You can go to any of the links on Morningstar's list.
Azalma?
Flourish.
Well, Azalwyn, and you can find me everywhere at Azalwyn, except for TikTok, and that is under Goddess Azalwyn. But I'm always up to something, something crazy. There's everything from thirst traps to painting on TikTok. So go check that one out.
Good stuff. Anya?
Yeah, I'm Anya. I am half of the writing team at Balsamic Moon Games and for Children of Midnight Coven. We want to eventually write some expansions, and Appalachia is one of the ones that is close to my heart and I want to do. I'm very excited about it. So this was a little taste tester, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Twitter at Anya T. Moore. You can find me on Instagram at Menagerie Nest. And yeah.
Yep. And
That's about it.
When we make expansions, they will have their own grimoires, things like that. So it will be very much its own setting, and you'll be able to integrate all the grimoires from all the different expansions games. So eventually, we're hoping to have a good, 30 or 40 or 50 grimoires to choose. But we feel like we've got all the basic bases covered with what's in Manhattan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something to look forward to in the future. There's also...
And trust me, darlings, you need to pay attention to our Manhattan adventures next week. They're starting up again, and they are spectacular.
Yep,
I'm so excited.
Next week, we will be starting Season 2 of Night Sky Sanctum Coven. They are a well-established coven. There's been 24 episodes that are all up on YouTube. Sorry.
And we're becoming increasingly violent, despotic. It's wonderful.
And lusty.
Very lusty.
We'll be bringing...
Who's lusty?
Just me.
And the chat.
Yeah, that's true.
Very, very lusty chat. Yeah.
Next week will not only be the first episode of Night Sky Sanctum, it will be the tattoo stream. So I will be getting a tattoo live on stream while I GM the first session back of Night Sky Sanctum.
So we're going to have to close that voting up soon so we can... Friday?
Yep.
Okay. So we can give our artist some heads up on what they're going to be doing. So, yeah. If you want to vote, go vote.
Yep. Head over to either our Instagram, which is Balsamic Games, or into our Discord, and you can vote for the pattern, or the tattoo that's going to get put on my left bicep, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then you'll have to flex for us, darling.
You can see my dragon on one side, and I'll see if I can get some sun.
Mine are
before
still
then,
boring.
so I don't blind everybody.
Go sit in
No,
the
I
sun.
blind everybody every time I show skin. They don't complain.
They don't complain. They don't. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's it. We also do a Animal Crossing stream on Fridays with Anya.
Forgot
Anya
about
plays.
that.
It's a relaxing, cozy core Animal Crossing, and it's an awesome, fun chat time. I'm doing
It really is a treat.
I'm doing a bi-weekly stream on Wednesday nights, where I teach you how to GM games like Children of Midnight Coven and other games. I just edited and put up our second episode of that. So that's an easy one to catch up on. The episodes are only between 30 and 45 minutes long, cut down from a 2-hour plus live stream. So, yeah. Find us on YouTube, Balsamic Games. Find us everywhere at Balsamic Games. And one last thing.
And don't forget about your Patreon.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget.
We have Patreon, patreon.com/Balsamic Games, and we now have 4 Patreon supporters. And those 4 people are going to get a game run by Anya or myself for them in the future. So if you want a game to be run by us personally, we would be happy to run a game for you if you join our Patreon. So looking forward to that. I'm really excited. I love running one shots, and that would be super fun for Anya too. And there is a chance, no guarantee, but if any of our lovely crew here ever wants to be involved in any of those one shots, then they could come join as well. So,
But I do love roleplay.
So, yeah, put in your requests. No requests. But if I'm gonna run a game, I will let all of them know that I'm running a game, and they can decide if they want to join us. There will be no requests or anything like that. But yeah, can't wait for us to start back up Night Sky Sanctum Season 2. They're a great cast of characters, and if you're new and you haven't met Night Sky Sanctum yet, I promise you are going to be in for a treat. They know their characters really well. They're very powerful witches, and yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. So,
and they're not very nice witches either.
No, they're definitely more of like the witches we saw in this session than like what we saw in the previous Twin Pines sessions. They're very arson oriented. That's mostly thanks to Anya's character, Hollis. But yeah. All right. Then that is a good night from us, and we will see you on Friday. Have a great night.
Good night, darlings, until we meet again. Oh, sorry. Yippee-ki-yay, let's ride off into the sunset.
Good night.